Good morning, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 27th of January. Now if you are new here, please subscribe. If you'd like to, hit those like buttons guys, and please feel free to comment down below. We all chat to each other here on my videos. We've built a little community of like-minded people. I am out here, it's a beautiful hot summer's day today. It's a miracle we're actually getting some nice weather here down under. I am here with my doggos. I've got Sophie's over there and Sprocket is here. They're both chewing on a bone, so you might hear a little bit of chewing. Sorry, it's a little unavoidable sometimes with my dogs if I want them to not hassle me outside. So I'll close my eyes guys, we'll get started. Oh, and don't forget to keep giving me your nicknames for the new New Zealand leader, Chris Hipkins. I think we've got a few so far. We've got Hippo, I think his nickname's Chippy, isn't it, or something like that. So keep them coming in. I'll announce tomorrow which is the most popular one. So far Hippo's in the running, which is nice and short and easy for me to use. So I will let you know what we're going to be using tomorrow. I know I confuse a few people who are new here. I do use a lot of code names for people, such as Sushi is Rishi Sunak and Albanese is Elbow. We tend to do that just to keep the so the algorithms don't sort of push my videos down too far, because we do get fact checked a lot, that's for sure. So sometimes also apologies guys, because sometimes YouTube will take my videos away as well. Not my videos, sorry, my comments, and then they return them to me later down the track. So hopefully I'm getting all the comments guys. I try to reply to them within a day or two. So if I'm not replying, it's not that I'm not seeing your comments. I mean, it is that I'm not seeing your comments, that's all. Alright, enough of that. Let's get started and see what comes up. Ooh, I'm getting it. People are finding out the truth. People are finding out the truth. We know there's a lot of stuff coming out around Pfizer and some of this data that's coming out, linking myocarditis and all this kind of stuff. We know, we're hearing it on all sorts of channels and all sorts of information, but if people aren't searching for it, then they're not going to find it. And I think that's the most frustrating part that we find here on my channel, guys, isn't it? That how are these people ever going to see this information? But it's showing me them. I always talk about us being like Sherlock Holmes with the big magnifying glass, looking at all the minute detail of information and everything. Well, they're starting to do it now. They're starting to look. I said yesterday they had to start turning their heads like the clown heads at the fair, to look at the information, because they've been in denial. We call them, guys, if you're new here, we put a lot of the sleepwalkers and people waking up in, we call them a bubble denial suit. That's like one of those COVID white suits that they zip up and protect themselves. Well, it's like they're protecting themselves from seeing the truth. It's called, we actually called it Manson's Law of Avoidance, where they're avoiding looking at the truth. So this is what we're getting though. They're starting to get out their magnifying glasses and they're starting to look. Looking is good, guys. We're going to take this as a positive, because that means that when they start to look, it opens everything up, doesn't it? Because as we know, when you look at one thing, you start to see other things and other things start to come into your face. Information, that is. All right, let's see what else we get. Getting England's rising. Oh, I don't think it's just rising for the coronation either. They're not happy. People in England aren't happy. This is England, UK. I'm just getting that. They're rising up into their power and strength. That's just what I'm getting. I'm seeing this visual of people like sitting like, you know, their body language all dejected and round-shouldered, and then suddenly they're like foofing up into their power. That's just what I'm getting for England. This is for the sleepwalkers. They're starting to expand and come into their power. That's just what I'm getting. It's like this righteous movement of we have a right to stand up. I'm getting that. You know, you might still be having a lot of strikes. I know you've been getting strikes, but I do believe a lot of these strikes will end up being protest movements about, of course, the cost of living and being taken down to nothing. We know here in Oxford and all that, they're trying to push their 15-minute cities. So this is actually becoming a reality now. So when things actually become real out there in society, hello, that's what starts to wake people up, because they're seeing it with their own eyes. And then word of mouth, people talk, people share things on Facebook, people share things. Remember, we've all got phones, so all the information starts to get spread around and people go, oh, hang on, what's happening here? That's not a conspiracy, that's actually happening over here. So this is what's starting to happen. And this is for England, UK, I'm just getting people are sort of strengthening up into their power now. This is the little people and peasants, I call all of us. That's what's happening. And it's showing me, oh, I hope it's not too windy, guys. I just picked up the wind a little bit here, but it's nice and cool because it's pretty hot. Sushi won't retract. So he's going to keep pushing forward. We know he's a pretty strong character, and he's done a lot of work in the background when it comes to his agenda rollout. So he's not going to be pushed back easily either. He's going to really want to take things forward. He's going to keep pushing and pushing. He's going to keep pushing the boundaries of the people to see how far he can push them. And we know they push people very hard. And we know, God, a lot of people don't stand up. They just take it. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few months in England. But I am getting that at the minute. Let's see what else we get. God, this message is for you guys. We have to keep our courage up. We have to keep standing strong in our strength and our power. They're showing all of us like this Indian teepee. And if you think of an Indian teepee, it's very, it's got a very centralized central point. You think about all the sticks, or not sticks, poles, whatever you want to call them, that cross at the top, it's a very stable kind of form of dwelling, and that's what they're showing me. They're showing us kind of today sitting in this teepee, and we're feeling very grounded. We're feeling it's that Native American kind of energy where we sit in our peace and our own space and in our freedom. Again, it's about the freedom, but I'm getting this teepee energy. And I think what the guides are trying to say to us too, guys, is that we don't need a lot. We don't need a lot of things. See, we're living a very simple life, and I think most of us here, if you're watching my channel, you're awake. So you've got back to living from a very simple place. A lot of us spend a lot of time at home. We do simple things. We do a lot of things that give us joy. That's just what I'm getting for us. I'm getting this like teepee energy, meaning we're just sitting very still in our very simplified lives. That's just the energy I'm getting for us. It's about staying in our courage. And if you think of a Native American Indian or Indians or anything like that, there's a lot of courage that they have to face things. So that's just what I'm getting. That's just the image. I'm getting the teepee and the American, like Native American Indians. That's just what I'm getting. So that's about our courage, staying in our strength, our power, and our courage. God, they're even showing me all the symbols around this kind of thing as well. They're showing me like the eagles. They're showing me hawks. I don't know. They're even showing me like totem poles. I don't understand really much about the totem pole, but I've got the feeling it's about spiritual guidance. There's symbols that are have spiritual meaning. A lot of us talked here about the crows. Crows are recognised. I've got a family of crows at the moment at my house, and we were talking about this birds and things the other day, guys. Birds are very significant for a lot of us here on this channel. I know you guys always say you love hearing my birds. The currawong also has a lot of meaning. I love the sound of a currawong. It's just incredible. Sorry, someone's left a message on my phone. The currawong there's just something very melodic about the sound. But the crows are also a bird of spirit. And sometimes, often after death, birds will deliver like meaning to people. They'll often just come and flutter down and sit near you, or that's kind of a known thing. So I'm getting this like totem pole, and I'm getting like the visuals of the hawk and birds, and that's just what I'm getting. I'm getting this visual of the totem pole. Yeah, I'm just getting a really spiritual vibe and spiritual energy today around this Native American Indian kind of... I often talk about us sitting around and having our little... They call them powwows, don't they? All of us. And that's sort of what we do here on my channel. We all have little conversations and we discuss things, and we share our experiences, and we kind of help to keep each other propped up. So that's what I'm getting. It's like we're having this little tribal council is kind of the image today. So that's what I'm getting for all of us. We have to remain in our real courage, strength and power. That's very significant today. I'll see where else we go. God, I'm getting Germany again. There's a lot going on in Germany. We know there's been a lot of protests at the coal mine. We know the whole Greta Thunberg, you know, charade and everything that went on and clown show. But there's still a lot of protesting in Germany. But the people that are protesting are retreating a little bit at the moment. They're regathering, they're regrouping, they're trying to remain strong, so they're trying to get back in their power. So they've stepped back a little bit at the moment. So things, I think, are quieting down just temporarily there. I am getting that. So, but I feel like they're going to still push forward. Germany's not going to back away. They're just not. France is rising, got Paris rising again. They're coming up into their strength and power now. See, people don't want it. They don't want this. I'm getting visuals of Paris and the beautiful patisseries and coffee shops and al fresco dining and people sitting outside. They don't want to be dictated to. They don't want to be stuck in a 15-minute city or 15-minute zone where they're not going to be able to get out of that zone. See, people are becoming aware of what's going on. So I'm getting Paris, France. We know people are standing up against Macron. This is definitely happening, and I'm seeing more strikes, more protests rather than strikes there. That's definitely happening. God, I'm getting Australia. I'm getting Australia's going to be... we're going to have this captive audience, but I think globally, oh God, Elbow must be going to either announce something or do something that's going to put a lot of eyes on us. Oh, this isn't good. It's very subtle the way he does things, Elbow, but I am getting that Elbow's going to start making some real big changes. Oh, honestly, on Australia Day the other day, I was telling you guys, all that was on the news was all about the First Nation Indigenous. That's all we saw. It's been really pushed here at the moment. They're really creating in Australia, just to let you guys know, a huge division between races. It's just what's happening. We all used to get on, things were really good, and now they're causing the divide. So we know this is happening globally. Governments are causing a lot of divide between people, not just races. This is between everybody. Because we're very multicultural, Australia. We have people living here from all places. So this is definitely happening, but I am getting that the spotlight might be going to be put on Australia. Oh, I hope we're not going to be one of the first ones to roll something out. I'm getting pictures of industrial reset rollout carpet, so I do feel like the eyes might be on Australia soon. Oh no. Anyway, that's just what I'm getting. I guess we've all got to have a turn, haven't we? No. Alright, I'll see if there's something else to close with today. Getting like this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end. What does this all mean? So to me, this is the beginning of the shift, but this is like the end. So if you think about the Great Awakening and the Great Shift, which we talk about here, which is a spiritual awakening of opening up to all your senses and who you are at the core of your being and what's important to you, this is the beginning. This is the big shift, the big turning point. I keep saying it. So we're coming like to the, hopefully the end of the game, but this is going to go on for a while. But I am getting that. This is the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. So obviously there are changes afoot, which is good. That's what we want to hear, guys, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah, and I'm just getting like, the guys are saying people won't return to their old lives. There's no going back. It's all gone. I always say that here. I know I repeat myself, guys, but the hearse has driven past with the big sign in it, your old life, gone. Gone with just dust following behind. Gone into the distance like a little speck. I often talk about that here. The old lives are gone and gone forever. I'm getting that change. Like change is inevitable. Sorry, you can hear Sophie chewing her bone. Sprocket hasn't started chewing his, luckily, because he's right here. Change is inevitable. So we know everything's going to change. Hopefully it's not all going to change and just become the reset. Hopefully it's that the sleepwalkers are going to wake up and create change. that would be the change that we would all wish for here, isn't it? That they're going to start to see the truth and everything's going to change and we'll all get our freedom back and be back to sort of some sort of, well, not normal. It's going to be different. The new normal, our new normal, we could say. Let me see if there's something to close with. So what I'm getting is these people waking up, these sleepwalkers, they're being very cunning. See, they know what's going on. A lot of them know what's going on. I keep talking about that avoiding and not wanting to face things, but they know what's going on. A lot of them do, but they're not going to admit it. See, they don't want to admit things to us. I don't know how they're going to move forwards with this, because they're going to have to get to a point where they're going to have to admit it, aren't they? Can't keep denying it when your government's just stomping you and squashing you. So this is what's currently going on, guys. Yeah, it's just showing me they're trying to navigate. It's like they're trying to I don't know what they're trying to do. It's almost showing me like the sleepwalkers and the people waking up. It's like now they've got an obstacle course in front of them. And you know how obstacle courses can be quite challenging? You kind of got to go this way, then that way, then up high, then down low. Well, this is what I'm getting for the sleepwalkers. See, we're on a smooth path. We know where we're headed. We're not going to be part of the BS nonsense and garbage that is being fed to us. So we're just on our path moving forward. We always get that song, well, we keep getting the Renee Gayer song, Heading in the Right Direction. But these people, it's like now they're on an obstacle course to get to the other side. So they're having to maneuver and manipulate and see. You got to think this is probably how a lot of them are doing, because a lot probably don't want the boosters. If they've heard of someone who's had a jab injury or something like this, or they've had one themselves, for example, it's an example, they're going to try and avoid having a jab. So they're going to do anything they can. It's like that obstacle course to avoid it. So this is what we're getting. They're trying not to talk about things. They don't want to talk about the digital currency, and you know, they're not getting into conversations. So there's still this avoidance. So that's what I'm getting for the people that are starting to see things that are a bit fishy and dodgy with their magnifying glass, that they're starting to have to navigate their obstacle course now, because it's not going to be easy. God, they might as well just come out and admit it. God, we don't care, do we? We just want them to know the truth, because this is damaging people. We know that it is, and it's harming people's lives, and it's destroying people's relationships. We all know that here. So many of us lost friends and family. So that's what I'm getting. They're now navigating their obstacle course. These are the ones waking up. So we're on the move, guys, so this is good. I said at the end of January, come February, March, there'll be a lot of movement. So things are starting to happen. Like I said, we'll get through the Christmas period and get through January, and then they're going to hit everyone. Oh, God, it's frustrating. All right, let's see what else there is to close. God, they're showing me, you know how sometimes here we talk about the curtains opening up and this kind of image, you know, that things are being exposed and the curtains are sort of being drawn now. Well, now I'm getting the curtains are becoming very black. You know, before we had sort of red curtains like in a movie theatre, that kind of image of the clown show and all that. Well, now I'm just getting this black curtains. I'm not sure, guys, if there's going to be like a blackout. Like, you know how they talk about that digital blackout and bang, everything starts differently. But I am getting this dark curtain coming over. Now, the dark curtain could be things being hidden too from everybody, even us. There's things we don't know about this reset that are hidden. So I am getting that dark curtains. They're sort of drawing their curtains again, so that things are hidden behind the dark, so things can't be seen. We know how good they are at doing this, so I do feel that there's a lot being hidden from us, guys, even us. We don't even know the half of what's coming out this year. I mean, we have all the basics and we sort of think, oh yeah, we know what they're doing and that, but there's a lot more to this, because it's almost like, to me, there's next stages. So once you get your renewables in, and once you get your digital currency and your One World Bank and all that, then there's other things that come behind that. It's like when you get a wave wash into the shore, you know, there's not one wave and that's the end of it. There's another wave, and then there's another wave, and then there's more waves. So that's what I'm getting, but I'm getting this black curtain at the moment that it's all hidden. They're keeping all that under wraps and hidden. Oh, I bet they're not at Davos. They're probably talking about it. But that's what I'm getting. So there's a lot more to come, but it's still being hidden even from us. Let me see what else we get. Oh, I'm getting China again. We always get China as the top of the pyramid. China wants to be the capital. China just wants to be the capital. Like when we think of that show Hunger Games, we often talk about it here and how everyone lives in their districts. If anyone hasn't seen it, please go check it out. Mockingjay. You could probably look up a few things on YouTube anyway and find out about it. But China would love to be the capital. That the whole world revolves around China. That's still what they're wanting. We know they do, but nobody else wants it, fortunately. Oh, God. So they would love to be like the capital that everybody just looks up to and puts them on that. Oh, here's Sophie. Puts them on that pedestal. Sit down, Tal. But see, it's like I said yesterday, they just use their strength and power and their energy vibe to kind of intimidate and threaten other countries so they gain that power. Because you think about it, if you think of the Chinese military, we all get an image, don't we? We all get images of tankers and we get images of all their soldiers like marching. Oh my gosh, have you seen them? They're so regimented, and that's very intimidating. Even they always show their planes flying around Taiwan and everywhere, you know, Australia, and it's all this intimidation. So I am getting that they'd love to be seen as the main player in the world game. Still, it drives me crazy, China. We certainly don't want to be living under their kind of communist rule, do we? Oh, my dogs. All right, I'll see if there's something else. Yeah, they're just taking me back to that teepee energy again. They're just taking me back to that teepee energy where I keep getting it, where all the pieces of timber just point to the sky. But it's a very balanced point. And this is kind of like, they're showing me like that. We've talked about it before here about, I don't talk a lot about chakras and that, but it's about us finding that really good balance in ourselves. That's why we're getting this teepee energy. You guys might know more about it than I do. I'm just getting those visuals of the teepee and the totem poles with like the eagles or the hawks or whatever they are, their heads on the top. That's just what I'm getting. And I'm getting this kind of, what the guides are saying to me is we have this universal spirituality. Like, even though we all share different spiritualities, you know, you can have Buddhism, you can have Catholics, you can have everything. But we all have, at the end of the day, it's like a one spirituality, which is the spirituality you have within you. That's what spirituality is. It's about whatever you choose to believe in or what gives you strength. That's why we're getting that teepee energy. But it's like a solo teepee. There's only room for one person in it. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I know you guys are very good at creating with your minds. So I am getting that American Indian native energy of the teepee and the totem poles. I think totem poles have significant meaning, don't they? Are they for protection or are they just spirit guides? I might look that up, guys. If anyone knows anything about that, leave that down below, because I'm just curious as to what the totem poles, what the actual meaning of them, but I am visually getting that. Do you have those in New Zealand as well? You might have. But I am getting that at the minute. Hang on, let me see if there's something else to finish off with today. So this is a lot about courage, inner spirituality, meaning whatever gives you strength, I guess is what it is. It's like, you know, a lot of us gain strength from being out in nature. We love music. There's different things that give us strength and make us happy inside. And that's kind of what spirituality is. Because a lot of us have been through traumas, dark nights of the soul, depression, suicidal thoughts. I know a lot of us have gone through these awakening processes. And it's very, very painful. And when you find yourself free of that pain, it is like living just in a whole different headspace, isn't it, guys? That's why we got the combi van the other day and we're all off on a surf and safari with the Beach Boy music blaring up the coastal towns, heading from beach to beach. That's why we get a lot of these images of the freedom and feelings of freedom. Just let me see if there's something to close with. Oh, my dogs are always disruptive. Sophie's leaning, knocking me over. I do love my dogs. I know you guys love my dogs too. They're very funny, aren't they? They do, well, you know, they have to make a guest appearance, don't they? You know what they're like. Hang on a minute. We're at the jukebox, guys. Hold it, everything. It goes so fast. I've got to try and pull a song out. Hang on. Oh, and of course we've got to get the Eagles today. Yes, I'm getting the Eagles. And I'm getting this beautiful song. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. No, no, baby, I can't tell you why. That's the, I'm sure it's the Eagles. Maybe we're getting the Eagles song because of the Eagle totem poles and the protective energy. But I am getting that today. Oh, Sprocket. Come here, Spock. Come and say hello. Oh, there he is. Here he goes. He's looking for Sophie's bone. It's over under the bush. He'll get it. He'll go and find her bone and eat it as well. She's given up. She's too tired. So I'm getting the Eagles. I can't tell you why. I think that's the name of the song. I don't know what the meaning of that is, but we'll listen to it anyway, just because it's the Eagles and we all love them here. I'll see if there's one more to close with. Yep, he's got Sophie's bone. It didn't take long, did it? 1 minute. He's gone over and got it. Now he's eating that as well. He's such a piggy. You're a piggy, aren't you? Oh my God. I'll show you. He's got his bone. He's got Sophie's bone. It's ridiculous. It's nice out here under the apple tree, guys. Hang on. Let's see if there's something to close with. Motorbike. Spoil the serenity. Hold everything. There's not many birds. Oh, there's a few birds today. Not as many as we normally get, is there? Hang on a tick. Oh, I'm getting this song. Firstly, they're giving me this, like, not sound check. What do you call that thing, like the Rebel Mavericks in the plane, like on Top Gun, where they go, 10-4 buddy, 10-4 buddy, or what? No, that's the truckers, isn't it? Oh, no. Well, they're saying the eagle has landed. The eagle has landed, meaning the plane has landed, meaning the information is landing. So I'm getting the eagle has landed, and we're getting lots of eagle energy today. So look out for your eagles, guys. But, oh, God, and I was just getting a song. This is a song I'm getting for all of us, guys. I'm getting Paradise by Coldplay. Because we've managed to find peace and tranquility in all of the chaos, and the guides are saying that we've found paradise. We've found joy, we've found happiness, we've found laughter, we've found connection with other people who think the same as us, and we're really living in paradise. And that's the message I'm going to leave you with today, is Paradise by Coldplay. And the Eagle song, I can't tell you why. That's the other one we've got to check out. So I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care. Keep enjoying your freedom. I hope you're not too cold over there, all you guys over there in the cold. I am enjoying the heat, I must say. It's kind of nice, isn't it? And I'll say goodbye from Australia. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, comment, and please subscribe if you haven't. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye from down under. Bye, everyone.